I am so glad you are here. I'm Liz at Megas. It is Magical Tuesday in my world, so let's get into it. Today, I want to talk about the power of association. If you are doing spell work and you're using any tools or implements to help you with that work, then what matters is the type of tool that works best for you and that means something to you personally. So last week I talked about color magic, I think it was last week, and in this longer format, I mentioned that if the color doesn't mean what all the books say it's supposed to mean when you look at it, it means what you think it means, that matters. It also matters the modality you use. If lighting a candle that is a color that you think is appropriate on a candle holder that you think is the right candle holder, even if the right candle holder is the one you own, right? And you don't even have the right color candle, and you took some foil and you jammed it in so you could put the candle that's too skinny into that holder, darn it. That's the right tool for the job. But the right modality matters too. If you like lighting a candle, concentrating on that for a brief period of time, and then letting it burn all the way down to carry your message out to the universe, then that's a great set of symbols and a good modality for you. But maybe you're a more physical person, not quite so visual, and you want something more palpable. Well, this is where those little symbols that I've recommended can come in handy. You want to bless something. Come up with a symbol that for you means blessing, that is simple, short, and that you can do without thinking about it, and that you can do without anybody necessarily knowing what you're doing or seeing you doing it, right? Or do not magic. What's not magic? You're going to tie a knot that can be pulled apart just by pulling the two strings. You can figure it out. I promise there's YouTube tutorials on this that are not even part of the magical realm. But once you know how to tie the knot, I promise it's a simple knot to tie and can become its own sort of physical meditation as you tie the knots and then potentially even untie the knots and retie the knots again on a cord that you think is appropriate. Maybe you want a really slippery cord. The texture of it means something to you. Maybe you want the cord to be green because of what you think green means. Maybe you want the cord to be really short, so you can only tie 1 or 2 or 3 knots in it, just because then you can have it in your pocket and nobody will question it. Maybe you really need it to be a specific length. You want it to be a yard long. You want it to measure from your shoulder to your fingertips in a straight line, the old-fashioned yard, a personalized yard. There's a million ways of thinking about these things. And don't let that stop you. Pick a thing you like, not magic. Something very visual, concentrating on a tarot card whose message is about the kind of thing you want to accomplish. That color, the stones that you choose, the types of stones you choose, even getting down, if you want, to I am going through it right now. I am in the fires of the belly of the beast. I need an igneous rock. I need a rock that has been through that journey as its most recent form of existence, and it is an igneous rock as a result. You pick up the lava rock that we have here, perhaps, and then maybe dress it with some scented oils or some essential oils that, again, you can associate with the thing that you're trying to focus on and work on. And the reason to use these items, these objects, isn't because you don't have power. You do. It isn't because they have an inherent power. That's up to you to decide. It's because they focus you back on the work you're doing. It focuses you back on the goal you're trying to achieve. So if you want to do healing work for someone and you think blue is not the perfect healing color or isn't the perfect healing color in this case, pick the color you think is right. Do the thing that works best for you going forward. And if you need ideas and inspiration, I'm going to suggest that there are tons of spell books. Some are individually focused, some are not. You can come and take classes here if you have that ability. But Practical Prosperity Magic is what inspired today's talk. This has been edited by Ellen Dugan. And I say edited by only because as I glance through it and read some of the workings in here, they are credited to other authors, which I think is a beautiful way of doing an edited together book like this, giving credit to the person who is in charge of the product as the author and then giving credit to each individual person who contributed essay by essay. This is a fantastic little book for that. So looking for prosperity, there's a lot of books out there on it. This would be a good one and a fun one, in my opinion. But don't be afraid because it says something in the book that you can't alter the book. It's your book. Take notes in it. Say, tried this spell, didn't like it, didn't work for me, changed 3 things, tried it again, and everything came together perfectly. Now you know when you do this kind of work, you're going to do the spell altered in a way that meant something to you personally. That's kind of the point of all of this. It is about your experience, your spirituality, your religious practices, your spell work, your magic. Make it yours. In the meantime, I and the rest of the staff, thank you so much for being your amazing magical you. We love that about you. And of course, we appreciate the little magical things you can do here in social media land. I know you know what they are. And we hope to all see you here at the shop, Magus Books in Minneapolis, or check us out online at magusbooks.com. Blessed be.